G'day everyone, it's Joe Sweeney here from Storyweaver Games. Today speaking on behalf of Aethercon. I recently was a GM at Aethercon and I just had a fantastic time. There's nothing more fun than finding people from all over the world that you would have never met otherwise coming together to play one of your games in a virtual tabletop. It's just fantastic. And what Aethercon has asked me to do is make a little video talking about how you can get, as a GM, how you can get people to your gaming table. So we ran through the numbers and we had over 1,500 attendees this year. So we ran through the numbers and we took a look at what games were successful, in other words, what games had a lot of people at the table and which games struggled a bit. So the first thing we've discovered is that the number one thing that will pretty much guarantee you get people to your table is the rule system you're playing. What type of game you're playing. And it's really simple. If you want a lot of people at your table, then play one of the big rule systems. Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, Call of Cthulhu, Savage Worlds, all of those guys. And the reason, we think the reason for that is that when you put your game up into a global community like Aethercon, people don't know you really, but they do know the game system. And so it's much more likely that if they don't know you, but they know the game system, they've at least got some connection to the game. In contrast, folks, including myself, who ran indie games, small independent press games, or ran their own homebrews, struggled a lot more to get people to the table, unless they already had a well-known reputation and they were able to bring in and call upon that reputation. Which brings us to the next thing of getting people to your gaming table. Make sure you do your own marketing. Now, obviously, Aethercon does a lot of work in getting the word out there about the convention and about the games that are available and even what specific games still have slots free. But nothing beats you, as a game master, going out to your pool of friends and your friends' friends and saying, hey, I'm running a game at this time. It's going to be with people from all over the world. You're going to meet new people. Come and join my game. So you need to do a bit of marketing. Now, use social media for that, but also use your personal contacts for that. That's pretty much what I did for Deniable. I'm very fortunate. I've run a games company, so I was able to do a call out to all of our fans, and I got people around the table that I never even knew existed, and we had a great time. So use that. Use your social network and their social network to bring people to your table. Now, on a more pragmatic note, you also have to make sure that people understand what your game is about. So, when you create a blurb for your game and you put that up online with Aethercon, make sure that the blurb is really compelling. The way I like to do that is always put right up front a little bit of a narrative from the game. So in my game, which was Deniable, it's a game about British spies, pretty hopeless British spies, I had this old drunk guy rambling about being paid money to go to an airport and pick up somebody in a green hat, and he didn't know who the person was because there were 3 people with green hats and things got really weird, and it was funny, but it gave a real character about what the game was about. You need to do that. And it doesn't matter what game you're playing, whether it's Dungeons & Dragons or Lady Blackbird, give an intro, give a feel to your game. Put a bit of a narrative in there. Now, the next thing that you want in your game blurb is a description of the mission. Be very general. What's the game about? Then you need to say very clearly what type of characters will be present, and will the players be bringing their own characters in, or will characters be provided? And if the characters are to be provided, give a list of them. Let people know who these characters are, because people want to be able to just jump into a game and totally immerse themselves quickly, and telling them who the characters are is a good way of doing that. Finally, you want to be specific. What's the rule system? What level of characters is it for? And also what level of players? Is this for novice players, or is it for more experienced players, or somewhere in between, or a mix? And then finally, and really important, we actually found that at Aethercon that quite a few GMs didn't do this well enough, is tell people how to connect to your game. Either the virtual tabletop address, or your email address, or something else. Now, a week prior to the game, make sure you email all of the players who have registered and remind them to come to the game. And a day before the game, email them again, re-give them all the instructions about how to link. And really, that's it. You will be pretty much guaranteed to have players at your game if you do all of those things. Thank you very much, and I do encourage you to join conventions like Aethercon and others like Contessa and so forth, and really help to build our community and have a great time while doing it. Thank you very much. It's Joe Sweeney, Story Weaver Games, on behalf of Aethercon. Bye.